go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine.
Good evening, welcome to LFS this evening for this Merseyside Derby, the final one at Goodison Park before Everton relocates to Bramley Moor Dock next season. A historic derby, and it will finish on its 120th at this famous old ground. Kick-off is in a couple of minutes' time, and we're keeping an eye on tonight's Champions League action as well, as Club Brugge and Atalanta are currently locked horns at 1-1 with a final few minutes, and we'll have updates from the 8 o'clock games as well this evening. But our main focus is, of course, the Merseyside Derby. Blue v Red, separated by Stanley Park. That's going to change this time next season when Arne Slot brings his team to Bramley Moor Dock. Goodison no more, but just one more outing for these two teams. The rescheduled game comes to a close tonight. It's Liverpool's game in hand. It's Everton's game in hand, of course, but Liverpool look to go 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League. A win would do that tonight. Let's have a look at the two teams then for the final Merseyside Derby at Goodison, as Jordan Pickford starts in goal. A back four of Jake O'Brien, James Tarkowski the captain, Jared Branthwaite and Vitaly Mykolenko starts after being questioned before the game. Idrissa Gueye and James Garner start in midfield, with Abdoulaye Doucouré in the 10. Jasper Lindstrom off the right, Iliman Ndiaye off the left, and Beto starts due to the injured Calvert-Lewin. On the bench for Everton and David Moyes' team, Virginia, Begovic, Keane, Young, Harrison, Alcaraz, Irabunum, Heath and Sharif. For Arne Slot's Liverpool, after defeat in the FA Cup to Plymouth at the weekend, a very changed side. 10 changes to that starting 11 from the game 3 days ago. Alisson starts in goal. Conor Bradley is in place of Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's only fit enough for the bench tonight. He starts at right back. Ibrahim Konate is joined alongside the Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk, and Andy Robertson in the back four. A similar midfield for Liverpool is Ryan Gravenberch is alongside Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. Cody Gakpo starts off the left, Mo Salah starts off the right, and Luis Diaz, the only remaining player from that Plymouth game, he starts in the centre-forward role. On the bench for Liverpool this evening, Kelleher, Tsimikas, Alexander-Arnold, Quansah Endo-Jones, Elliot, Nunez and Jota. It is the final, the 120th and final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park, and a way to send off the old lady yet. We will see who will emerge victorious. 41 wins apiece in the 119 previous meetings here. Who could take sole control, or will it be, as predicted, another draw between these two, as it many times has been? Kick-off in the Merseyside Derby is next. Good evening, welcome to LFS for this Merseyside Derby. A derby that has been friendly, but has also been very, very vicious over the years between these two clubs. When they were battling for titles, battling for trophies back in the 80s. But when they were battling as two sides fighting for European places when David Moyes was first in charge. It's his first derby since 2012 this evening. And Arne Slot, his first derby in his career at Liverpool. Our referee this evening is Michael Oliver. He holds proceedings. And our VAR is Chris Kavanagh tonight. It will be a night to remember, no matter what happens for the Everton fans. But Liverpool will be hoping they can go 9 points clear at the top, or can Everton push themselves further clear of the relegation zone? It's Blue v Red on Merseyside as the derby gets underway. Looking forward to this one tonight. The atmosphere's rocking inside Goodison, as expected on this final Merseyside derby here at this famous ground. And we're expecting a tough battle, expecting a good fight. And David Moyes actually looking for his 4th successive win as Everton manager, in only his 5th Premier League game in charge of the club in his second spell. Switch ball there from Liverpool out to Salah. First minute of the game, Salah. Conor Bradley chips it round the back, but too far for Branthwaite, and it's kept in by Gakpo. Whipped in there from the left by Robertson, cleared away. Again Robertson delivers. Diaz is the target. He's bouncing around the box, calls a handball, but the offside flag has gone up against Luis Diaz. There you are, a bit of a interesting start there from Liverpool. Started really well. Salah whips the ball back to Conor Bradley. He delivers it into the box, and Gakpo keeps it alive on the left. Cuts it back for Robertson, who tries to whip it in a bit low. And then Liverpool keep the pressure alive, but Diaz was offside as the ball was delivered in the second time. That'll be one thing for Arne Slot's team, wanting to start well, not give Everton a bit of joy early doors, silence the crowd, and play this game as any other. As that's nicely won down the right here by Lindstrom. Takes it off the feet of Robertson. Van Dijk out there against Doucouré. Cross was delivered in, but Konate helped clearing it away. Not fully cleared as Bradley has to thump it towards Diaz. And Salah struggling to keep it in. Will win a throw in there, Mo Salah. That's really well won off Vitaly Mykolenko. We're expecting a really tough match tonight. This is going to be a physical battle like no other. You know, we love physical battles in football and in derbies, but there's no derby that ever epitomises physicality and real grit between the two teams like this one. It's just sensational, this derby. We absolutely love it. Of course, there was a time when actually we thought we weren't going to get the Premier League Merseyside Derby anymore, when Everton were severely threatened with relegation over a number of seasons. But tonight, if they win this evening, Everton, they will find themselves on 29 points, on the same amount of points as Manchester United, and a good 12 points clear of the relegation zone, which would all but kind of solidify Everton looking up the table rather than looking below them. It's Bradley under pressure by Iliman Ndiaye. That's a nice turn by Beto, dropping deeper. Szoboszlai on the charge, trying to battle against him. And Tarkowski will just deliver it back to Pickford. As the ball intercepted by Bradley, but Branthwaite sends it back the way it came. And Jai there couldn't control the ball. And Graham Gravenberch will just settle the Liverpool midfield down. Not expecting a battle of quality tonight. In that sense, I do expect both sides will show their physical prowess, which both sides do have, let me tell you. There is a lot of physicality between these two teams. They're not pushovers, either of them. But of course, tonight, Liverpool start that 5-game run of what could be a title-defining next few weeks for Arne Slot's team. 5 of their remaining 15 Premier League games come in this little run till the end of February, and that could really make the difference, as that's a nice break down the right side here. Lindstrom's ball, too low, and Konate there puts it behind for the corner. And that's got the crowd going. The first corner goes the way of the home side, and Jesper Lindstrom, the man breaking down that right side. Robertson kept left in the dust, and Ibrahima Konate has to deal with it as he was backtracking, and Everton get a corner. Set pieces is where this side really do thrive. How did Liverpool defend the first? Right-footed delivery, fizzed into the box. Gravenberch to flick it away. Well recovered by Doucouré now. Idrissa Gueye lifting it into the box. Flicked on by Branthwaite, away by Van Dijk, and Szoboszlai thumps it out for a throw on the far side, but I think the offside flag was up anyway against an Everton player there. Certainly had no time to take a breath in the first 5 minutes. That's what we love about a Merseyside derby. 5 minutes gone and it's basically been end-to-end stuff. Robertson back to Alisson, into Van Dijk. Liverpool obviously just trying to settle this game down, take a bit of control and just take the sting out of the early moments and the atmosphere out of this stadium. Because when it gets going inside Goodison, that's one thing that many have said over the years. The atmosphere when it gets going at Goodison Park is one of the best in the Premier League. And there's no doubt about that, especially on Derby Day. Salah flicks it out to Szoboszlai. Out wide it comes to Bradley. Tries to chip his way through, and Conor Bradley's trying to break into the box, and that's good covering by Jared Branthwaite. And it actually comes off Connor Bradley for a Everton throw. Of course, his first Merseyside derby for the Liverpool right back, Connor Bradley. I'm sure he's well aware of it. Joining Liverpool and coming through the ranks at Liverpool. There's no doubt about that. His first Merseyside derby at right back for the Northern Irishman. Certainly not Mo Salah's first Merseyside derby. He's well versed in this type of atmosphere and situation. That long ball by Pickford. Konate won the header. Van Dijk was in a bit of confusion there with McAllister. And Liverpool will have the cover on the break there against Beto. Have two bodies around it in Robertson and Konate. And Bradley will just recycle the ball. That's where Liverpool need to be careful. When Everton do play that ball, and they've got to win those aerial duels with their centre-backs in Van Dijk and Konate tonight. That's where Everton can really test you. When they do gonna win those aerial duels and get the ball into the channels quickly. That's where they can really test Liverpool tonight. And that's where the visitors need to be very careful. Konate. Not in a hurry to get it forward. Gives it back to his keeper. Liverpool have had more of the ball so far. Just trying to find their rhythm in these early moments, Liverpool. Of course, couldn't really find their rhythm against Plymouth. Did make a lot of changes, of course, for that game. And a very second string, if that, Liverpool side that played against Plymouth. As I said, 10 of the 11 that start tonight weren't in that squad. Never mind in the starting 11 for that one this evening. Even down to Connor Bradley, who wasn't involved for that one at the weekends. Gravenberch through the lines to Szoboszlai. Salah returns the ball. Szoboszlai with space down the right here. Dominic Szoboszlai across, bubbling. Diaz trying to recycle it. He cuts it back to Robertson, edge of the box. Gravenberch will just recycle it back to Van Dijk. That was better movement by Liverpool. Salah and Szoboszlai down that right side. Nice 1-2 link up. Trying to find that little gap in the Everton defence. Gravenberch in the tight spaces. Lays it off to Diaz on the left. Rolls it out to Gakpo. Gakpo up against his man and O'Brien. Diaz on the turn. Lays it back. Gakpo couldn't reach it. There's Konate on the press on Beto, who's in his own defensive third here, Beto. And Diaz does well to close down the clearance. But it will be an Everton throw. Goal in the Champions League has just finished in that early kickoff between Club Brugge and Atalanta. And Brugge 2-1 winners. A late Gustav Nilsson penalty secures the win for Club Brugge. So they take a lead to Bergamo next week. That's a big result for Club Brugge against Atalanta, winning by 2-1. And of course we will have those 8 o'clock kickoffs in the Champions League. Monaco, Benfica, Celtic, Bayern and Feyenoord, AC Milan to come for you at 8 o'clock. Here's Njai. Back to Idrissa Gueye, looking to switch it out to Jesper Lindstrom. Well battled with Robertson, but Robertson doesn't win the ball. Lindstrom gets the cross in. Well, that was always going behind from that angle. Goal kick. Alisson tried to go for the long one to Salah there. I think if there's one thing that Everton will have watched before this game, it would have been that. The fact that Alisson loves a long ball to Salah. When it's on, Alisson always tries to find it. We've seen moments like that define Liverpool title races before. That Manchester United game at Anfield, where Mo Salah did score that one that Alisson assisted. That was the night Liverpool knew they were going to win the league in 2020. That was in January of 2020. Of course, they weren't going to know what was going to unfold after that. That's nice play in between the lines from Everton there. And Njai nicked upon by Gravenberch as he tried to get the ball through the lines. Will just be a foul here on Iliman Njai. McAllister was the one that was involved and committed that foul. You see it again, Njai does really well to stay on his feet after Gravenberch tried to clip at him, and then it was McAllister. It was just a slight bit late committing that foul, and a free kick for the Toffees. They weren't the only Merseyside club to go out of the FA Cup at the weekend, Liverpool. Everton did as well. Oh, it's a nice ball in behind here. Beto! Flag stays down and Everton take the lead in the derby. Beto strikes again. And Everton take the lead in the Merseyside derby. A little cheeky free kick technique. And Beto runs in behind. And Everton take the lead. Inside 11 minutes. The blue side are celebrating. Liverpool will remonstrate and argue with the referee. But Everton will celebrate the opening goal of the Merseyside derby. It's fabulous, cheeky, clever. Just looks onside to me, Beto against Konate. Just a bit too late from Liverpool to react, and Konate had it covered initially, but Beto just shoved him out of the way. It's really good physicality. I said they need to win their duels against Beto and the like. And there, Konate just a little bit too slow. And Beto, smart play, smart goal. And that is what has Everton leading in this Merseyside derby. That is a derby goal if you've ever seen one. And Everton take the lead. Wonderful. Perfect from Everton. That's the start they needed. It's the start that Liverpool most certainly didn't need. Here at Goodison. A ground that when it gets going and when Everton have a 1-goal lead, they're as tough as anyone to beat. Tough as anyone to stop and to counteract. And that's got the fans and the atmosphere inside Goodison going. Liverpool, the only Premier League side yet to lose on the road. But if there's one game on the road that will test them more than ever, it's this one. No more than the storyline of it being the last one at Goodison. But the fact that it is Everton away, no matter where it is, will always be a tough one for Liverpool. There's Diaz there, trying to win the ball against Tarkowski. Ends up just shoving the Everton captain to the ground. Luis Diaz, he wasn't looking at the ball, just kind of shoved his man out of the way. Quite clearly a foul. No doubt about that. In the moment, it's just winning that physical battle, Everton. And Beto is certainly causing Konate a few early problems. It's Bradley battling with Njai. And that ball will just drop behind both players for a Liverpool goal kick. But first blood to the blue here in this derby. Liverpool were arguing to the initial free kick being given. But I think if Liverpool are arguing that type of thing, then really this game isn't for them. Because if you can't defend a set piece, then really, should you be defending at all? As Liverpool get a free kick there, as Salah was held back. But it was a smart free kick. I mean, I can see why Liverpool are a bit annoyed, but at the same time, it's a really well worked free kick. It's smart by Everton. Completely, incredibly smart. And just caught Liverpool napping, really, defensively. From that set piece. And Konate just got out-muscled by the centre-forward, Beto. So Liverpool have a free kick here. McAllister will take. Right-footed. Whips it into the box. Bouncing down. Well cleared as Diaz couldn't reach it. McAllister does well to step in. Along with Salah. McAllister again. Now Konate. Feeds it out to Salah. Just about got there past Njai. Salah whips it in. The header flicked on. And headed in. Alexis McAllister levelled for Liverpool. The man who gave away the foul that led to the Everton free kick, that led to the opening goal, has Liverpool's leveller less than 5 minutes later. This is a derby. You know it's going to be a derby to remember. And already 2 goals in 15 minutes. Spiky, exciting, and absolutely exhilarating so far. McAllister and Salah with the link up. Konate does really well to find Salah wide. And Salah just curls it. lifts it into the box. McAllister gets a little flick on the header, flicks it past Pickford, who couldn't reach, and it just nestles in the bottom left corner. Great response from Liverpool, and the man who committed the foul for that Everton opening goal has scored the goal that gets Liverpool back on terms. 1-1. What a start to this Merseyside derby. Absolutely exhilarating. As Pickford goes long from the restart. And Everton want to restart quickly. Given away on the edge of the Liverpool box there. So Van Dijk there steps in. Miscues his pass. And Jesper Lundstrom thought he was getting a throw in there off the Liverpool captain. But it will be a Liverpool throw. Well, 37th game of the season Liverpool have scored. They've played 39. Only 2 games they've failed to score. Sorry, 3 games they've failed to score before tonight. Tottenham away in the League Cup, Plymouth away in the FA Cup, and of course Nottingham Forest at home in the Premier League. That confirms it is 23 of their 24 Premier League games this season Liverpool have scored. And they're already on the score sheet tonight after 16 minutes. Responding to that little lapse of defensive judgment from that very clever Everton free kick. Now, of course, we do remember when the original game of this fixture was called off on December the 7th. Storm Dara committed us to a postponement, and over 2 months later we're back and we're here under the lights at Goodison, probably as the Everton fans would have wanted, as McAllister gets a brick of the ball past Garner. Now Gakpo in the box. Gakpo trying to chop it back, well blocked, and Lindstrom there covering over. Puts it out for a Liverpool throw on the left side. As I said, the Everton fans would have wanted this final derby under the lights, but David Moyes back in charge. It's a very different time when this game was originally scheduled. Sean Dyche in charge, really torrid run, torrid form. On a 12:30 Saturday kick-off for the final Merseyside derby at Goodison, it would have been a real shame, and maybe just this reschedule of this match has just given that little extra spice that it certainly didn't need, but it certainly has anyway. It's really nice football by Liverpool on the build-up. McAllister did really well. It came from that set piece that was cleared away by Everton, and McAllister just did really well. He committed himself, and if it had missed the challenge it would have been horrendous, but he really commits himself, gets himself wide, wins the ball to Salah, and then the link up from there. Salah to McAllister to Konate to Salah, and then Salah's ball whipped in for McAllister to head in and nestle in that far corner. Really a really good combination from Liverpool, and their willingness to get the ball wide early and offer that width against what we know will be a very stubborn Everton defence this evening, as that's going to be a foul on Iliman Ndiaye. So he was trying to run infield. Szoboszlai this time that's the one deemed to have committed the foul. We'll see it again. Yeah, there's nothing in that. That's really soft, I gotta be honest. I mean, Iliman Ndiaye just literally is off balance. There's nothing much more in it than the fact that he lost his balance there, running against Szoboszlai. It's not much there's barely any contact really. And talk about clinical. 1 attempt apiece, 1 goal apiece. I mean, if it continues like this, we might have a cricket score come the end of the evening. Real top class derby over the years. There's a stoppage here as Pickford kicks it out of play, and Iliman Ndiaye's gone down again. Maybe being clipped a couple of times, and I think the aftermath of that little clash with Szoboszlai has certainly left a bit on Iliman Ndiaye. Maybe hurt himself, maybe kicked the turf in the process there. So we do have a stoppage as Iliman Ndiaye gets a bit of treatment. A reminder for you, don't forget that we do have Premier League action this weekend for you. Looking forward to the Premier League weekend to come. Leicester against Arsenal is our key game on Saturday lunchtime. That's a big one. Arsenal a chance to respond to whatever happens tonight in this derby with Liverpool involved. They're away to Leicester on Saturday. And then we have a double header on Sunday as Liverpool take on Wolves Sunday at 2 o'clock, followed by Tottenham against Manchester United 4:30 on Sunday. Looking forward to that double header for you on Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a cracking next few weeks, especially for Liverpool fans. 3 games in the space of 7 days. Everton away, Wolves at home, and then Aston Villa away next week. Next Wednesday night we'll have that one live on LFS, of course, due to the fact that Liverpool are in the Carabao Cup final, so that Villa game has to be brought forward a couple of weeks, which means Arsenal will have a game in hand on Liverpool come this time next week, next Thursday. So maybe the tide and the tables could turn in the title race between this time tonight and this time next week. Who knows? Gotta say, the free kick from Everton, it's just pure class. I mean, it's sneaky, it's clever, it's kind of really smart. And we talk about Everton and the fine margins over the years in these derbies. You need to find that little bit extra. You need to change things up. You need to have prepared plans for this derby. It's not as simple as a straight match-up. It's much more feisty. It's much more than that. It means much more to the city and to the fans than just 2 sides coming up against each other. There's a lot more and means a lot more than that. As we still await the restart of this game, Jack Harrison is getting himself ready on the sidelines for Everton. And Iliman Ndiaye's back to his feet. He's got a bit of kind of spray or whatever that is on his right leg, around about his right knee. He is on his feet. Whether he's okay to continue or not, we'll wait and see. I don't think he will be, because he's stood still again, and he's not in a good way here, Iliman Ndiaye. I think he knows this is going to be the end of his night, and maybe worse, because he is filled with emotions, covering his face there, down on this far side. And consoled by his teammates Abdoulaye Doucouré and Betso and Idrissa Gueye. He's just going to be helped off. Both sides, both sets of players. A bit of sympathy for Iliman Ndiaye, a real class quality player for Everton this season, and fulfilled with emotion. Certainly not what you want to see here this evening. Applauded off by the home crowd. I mean, he's hobbling off. Has there nobody got a stretcher for him? I mean, it's a bit silly to force him off, walking off if he's injured. We do wish Iliman Ndiaye all the very best and hope that he does have a speedy recovery. The last thing you want to see is that type of thing in a game like this, when it should be about on the field, about what it means for both sets of players. Jack Harrison on the field then, announced by the announcer, of course, here at Goodison. Jack Harrison on the field. Has scored against Liverpool before, not in Everton colours, in Leeds United colours. In their first season in the Premier League, scored against Liverpool. What was that? Hoof of a clearance there by Robertson. In the box it comes. Garner with a flick, but it's straight out of play off the leg of James Garner there. He's one that has a bit of links. Of course, former Manchester United player as well. Certainly not loving Liverpool, shall we say. Good hold on there from Szoboszlai, but Bradley misses the kick. Here's Beto with another shot. Well charged down by Van Dijk. Now, Idrissa Gueye. A bit too wide. Bradley a bit too committed. And that time, claiming his innocence, Conor Bradley. But it will be a free kick to Everton. And Jack Harrison, his first involvement, is winning Everton a free kick. It's a great little chop back. Bradley a bit too slow to recognise that. He was going to do that all day long. You could see it all day long that was going to happen. Conor Bradley, once again, caught out there. Certainly a baptism of fire for Conor Bradley in his Merseyside Derby. First at Merseyside Derby. Another free kick for Everton. It's where they scored their opener. Lindstrom and Harrison over it on this left side. Lindstrom will try and sneak it across the front post. Diaz heads it away. And McAllister further clears. Robertson on the chase here. But Idrissa Gueye will just receive it. And then Robertson just shoves him over. I mean, I don't understand why Liverpool are... It just seems ridiculous. It's just lazy from Andy Robertson. And they're making the claim. He's got a yellow card as well, Andy Robertson. It's just needless. No intention to win the ball. I mean, I don't understand what they're arguing, the Liverpool players, because, I mean, it's just a foul. It's just dumb. I get you can be physical in a derby, but you can't just shove someone over for no reason, just because you want the ball. Free kick here. James Garner will take it, around about the halfway line. Fizzed on to the edge of the box. Up in the air by Konate. Brought down nicely by Harrison. Nicely taken away from him by Cody Gakpo, who's holding off Branthwaite. Went down, no foul. Here's Idrissa Gueye. Now Branthwaite, down the left side comes Harrison. Trying to find his way through, Jack Harrison. McAllister there to win it back, and Bradley trying to clear the ball away. And does get it away, but it comes off the back of Salah and goes out for an Everton throw. Right, those Champions League games, by the way, are about to get underway in the next moment or two. Monaco, Benfica, Celtic, Bayern Munich, and Feyenoord, AC Milan. We'll have updates from all three of those 8 o'clockers for you in the Champions League after Bruges' 2-1 victory over Atalanta earlier this evening. Celtic and Bayern is the big one. That's the headliner of this evening's Champions League action. We'll have the second leg of that game, by the way, at the Allianz Arena next Tuesday here in LFS. Looking forward to that one next week. Graham says, is Bradley off the pace? Well, so far, Conor Bradley has, of course, it's a tough atmosphere, of course that, but I mean, not discounting Conor Bradley whatsoever. Very good, and certainly Alexander-Arnold wasn't fit enough, clearly, to start this game. He's on the bench tonight, Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Conor Bradley had it tough so far in these early moments. I wouldn't say he's off the pace, but I just say he's had it a bit tough. Remember as well, Iliman Ndiaye was causing him problems, and now Jack Harrison's starting to cause him problems. Just having to readjust a little bit, Conor Bradley, as Liverpool have the possession here with Van Dijk. 29.5 minutes gone. 1-1. That's a lovely crossfield ball by Van Dijk to Salah, and Mikalenko was quick, puts it out for the throw. Gets Liverpool up the field. Bradley will take the throw in. Throws it towards Gakpo, who's come across a bit more centrally. Cleared away by Branthwaite. Up and long, and out muscling Conor Bradley there was Beto, but Bradley gets the better of the ball and breaks away with the ball and goes over. But no foul, says the referee, as Branthwaite chips it over the top, looking for the run of Lindstrom. Van Dijk and Robertson had that one over the dealt with there on that situation. And it just seems to be a little bit of edge about this. Obviously, as you would expect, but there's a little bit more edge on this game at the moment. A little bit more edge than Liverpool would actually want at this moment in time. I think Liverpool will want a more settled, a bit more kind of calm game. I don't think they're going to be given that opportunity tonight to have that type of game, as that's an awkward clearance there by Tarkowski, and Salah keeps the ball in play. Bradley into the midfield for Gravenberch. A bit of space for the Dutchman. Switches it Gakpo trying to keep it in play. Can't keep it in play. And puts it out for just a throw into Everton rather than the goal kick. It's a nice idea by Gravenberch, but just too deep on that one towards his Dutch teammate. Well, I have to just say, I looked across to my left-hand side where I have a second screen watching the game at Celtic Park this evening, and it says Celtic 1 Bayern 0, but the flag has gone up. Celtic thought they had a first-minute lead against Bayern Munich, the six-time European champions, but they do not, and it remains 0-0, for the moment at least, anyway, from what we can gather. Might be a flag up against the Celtic centre forward there. It's gone all the way through. We'll keep you up to date because they put the flag up, but their VAR going to change the decision. We will see. It has gone. It stood. The goal stands. No, it doesn't. Apologies. I was told it was stood, but it does not stand. No goal for Celtic. So VAR ratifying that on-field decision. So Celtic 0, Bayern 0. They thought they'd taken the lead, but they have not. But what a way to start that game, to keep Bayern under pressure, trying to score inside the first minute. That's another stadium where the atmosphere will be rife this evening. Szoboszlai does well on the ball to find McAllister. Liverpool midfield starting to get a little bit more control now. Gravenberch to Van Dijk, now Robertson. Down the left side to Gakpo. Robertson. Back infield to Van Dijk. Very compact Everton defence at the moment. Here's Diaz on the left. Tries to chop inside. Goes down. No foul, says the referee, as O'Brien comes away with the ball, but McAllister does well to nip in to win it back. Szoboszlai just recycles the ball back for Liverpool. Gotta say, the referee is certainly not appeasing Liverpool fans so far. Those Liverpool fans away to the far left-hand side maybe feeling a bit aggrieved that their players aren't given the same treatment that the Everton players have so far. A feeling that a couple of the Everton challenges have gone unpunished to this stage. And Virgil van Dijk is going to get a free kick here for Liverpool, so Beto trying to clip at his heels. It just comes right through Van Dijk. I mean, Van Dijk didn't move 1 inch when Beto crashed into him. But it is a foul. I mean, Beto would do a lot to unsettle one of the calmest and most composed footballers in Premier League football, if not in the world football, in Virgil van Dijk. A veteran of the Liverpool Football Club and certainly unshakable in the most nervy of atmospheres and the most fiercest of atmospheres, really. As the Liverpool captain. Szoboszlai there, trying to make up for the miscue there again from Liverpool in possession. If the ball comes all the way back to Pickford. Tarkowski under a little bit of pressure from Gakpo, but that's well measured by Tarkowski. Wins the goal kick for Everton. Maybe a bit lucky that it came off Gakpo, because Liverpool press was on there. Pickford will just play it out to Tarkowski now for a lot wider this time. Garner back to Idrissa, across to Branthwaite. It's Liverpool's press on, but Everton getting their passes right. Mikalenko over the top. Again, Konate tested against Beto. Liverpool not winning the second ball quickly enough, and Alexis McAllister again penalised for another late challenge on James Garner, and it's going to be another yellow card given out here by the referee, and Michael Oliver. Say it again. Yeah, he's late there, Alexis McAllister. It's quite clear. I mean, there's barely any contact at all, but it's definitely a foul. And it wasn't a yellow card for Alexis McAllister, I'm hearing. It's a yellow card for Jesper Lindström, who has got a yellow card for remonstrating with the referee that he wanted Alexis McAllister to get a booking. and he ends up with one himself. Another free kick for Everton then in the Liverpool half. Harrison will take, flicked away by Van Dijk. Up in the air by Gakpo. Garner trying to deliver it back in as Van Dijk thumps it long. Mikalenko with an awkward header, and as Diaz tried to break through, was absolutely taken out there by Idrissa Gueye, and he's going to get himself a card as well. Yeah, you just see it. Mikalenko trying to deal with that clearance from Van Dijk. He heads it into space, and Luis Diaz had a clean run, and Idrissa Gueye just completely takes him out and gets himself a booking. A lot of yellow cards so far. It's the third yellow card of the game. Inside about 10 minutes. There's been 3 yellow cards in the last 10 minutes, so certainly as spiky as it was at the very first minute of the game, as it remains after 37. Still remains Everton 1, Liverpool 1. Everton took the lead after 11 minutes when Beto snuck in behind past Konate from the free kick before Liverpool were level 5 minutes later. That's a lovely link up. Szoboszlai in behind, just a bit short to Diaz, but Branthwaite puts it behind for the Liverpool corner. That was much better fluidity from Liverpool. It was good work from Gravenberch in a very contested area, and he just nicks the ball past Idrissa Gueye, gets the break to Szoboszlai, and Luis Diaz charging in behind. Broke the lines, almost broke the offside trap, and it was good work from Jared Branthwaite to rescue it out for a corner. As Alexis McAllister will take, so he has scored the Liverpool goal. At this moment in time, he has the Liverpool equaliser. Set up by Mo Salah. It's now McAllister's turn to deliver. Already a Champions League goal to tell you about. We'll get there in a moment. It's McAllister. Right-footed. Bit low. Headed away at the near post by Mikalenko. But Robertson will just recycle. That was Liverpool's first corner of the game, by the way. Only one corner apiece. Well defended up to this stage of the game. It's a nice chest down by Harrison, just to settle his team in possession again. Nice ball by Branthwaite through the lines to Harrison. Round the corner trying to find Beto. Challenged by Konate. Back it comes to Mikalenko. He tries to chip it into the channel for Beto again. He brings the ball down, but tries to dribble his way past Konate and dribbles it out of play for a Liverpool throw. And Konate trying to get the away fans going there. Goal in Feyenoord this evening. Arne Slot's former team in the Champions League action tonight in Rotterdam. They're taking on AC Milan tonight, and they have taken the lead at Feyenoord. Igor Paxao has the Dutch side ahead after just 3 minutes in that one. It is Feyenoord 1, AC Milan 0. Van Dijk. Bradley. Back to Konate. Again, squeezing it through the lines. Nicely worked to McAllister and Robertson. Down the left. Gakpo round the corner to Diaz. Lays it off to Szoboszlai. I think the flag going to be a foul. Or actually a handball against Luis Diaz there. So a free kick to Everton in their own half. Yeah, once Liverpool get it in between the lines, they want to move it quickly. They want to move it diagonally across the pitch, kind of laterally across the pitch rather than move it vertically. Just get it moving from side to side quickly. Keep Everton guessing on that there. And on that occasion, Luis Diaz penalised for handling the ball inadvertently, but did handle the ball. 5 minutes to go with the first half here at Goodison. Everton 1, Liverpool 1. There have been some cracking derbies here over the years. No doubt about it. Especially under Jurgen Klopp. Fierce rivalry here at Goodison. Salah Chested it, laid it off there beautifully. Bradley in between the lines, not getting on the end of the ball. And Harrison gives it back to his goalkeeper. As I was saying, Everton won the last derby here at Goodison in April of last year, 2-0. A 0-0 draw the game before that in 2022. The last time Liverpool won here was in 2021 when they won 4-1 on this ground. It went 2-0 up inside 19 minutes. Jordan Henderson and Mo Salah with the goals. Demarai Gray got one back for Everton before 2 goals in the second half from Salah, and Jota wrapped up the points for Liverpool on that occasion. They drew 2-2 the game before that, and when they went on to win the league, the first game back after the COVID lockdown and the restart of football was a 0-0 battle. The first game back after COVID here at Goodison, and it finished 0-0 between Everton and Liverpool on that occasion, as it has done 4 of the last 7 games here at Goodison. It has finished 0-0, including 3 in a row between 2018 and 2020. An incredible derby actually in 2016 with that late winner from Liverpool, Sadio Mane, in the 94th minute, getting the victory for Jurgen Klopp in his first derby at Liverpool. Our first Goodison derby, sorry. First derby at Goodison Park as Liverpool manager in December of 2016. Of course, was actually appointed days after the 0-0 draw. Oh, sorry, the 1-1 draw back in October 2015. Here's Harrison into the box, flicked on, and Beto couldn't get it anywhere near the target. And it will bobble behind for a goal kick to Liverpool. But there are moments, certainly moments, when they get it into the box, Everton, early enough, get the bodies, certainly targeting Beto, is where Liverpool are looking a bit vulnerable. Beto, when he gets on the ball, gets in the air, he is causing them problems defensively. And if Liverpool are to really kind of take a bit of solidity, they're going to have to try and figure that out in this game and keep him at bay, and hope that his only important action was that opening goal that Liverpool have now cancelled out. Raven Burke, not a great pass, just into a space rather than to a man, given away to Mykolenko. Harrison through the lines to Mykolenko, gets the ball into the box. Alisson had to get a hand to that, and Gakpo takes it down well. Nice Salah, Liverpool won a counter. Robertson trying to return the ball to Gakpo but couldn't link it up. There's a few sloppy moves from Liverpool tonight. Gakpo being held there viciously by Idrissa Gueye. Liverpool will play the referee will play the advantage. Salah trying to thread it through the lines, but forceful that from Mo Salah's point of view. I think Mo Salah wanted a free kick. The game to be pulled back for that foul on Gakpo, but the referee played the advantage. Liverpool had their advantage, and they still have possession of the ball. Salah. Again, Liverpool just tricks and flicks catching them out, but Szoboszlai does win it back off Mykolenko. Bradley. Back to Konate. Just looks like when Liverpool do try and do a little cute flick or a little trick in and around to spin their way past Everton players, they're giving it away and then winning it back instantly. Maybe a fortunate bit of luck on those occasions so far. Here's Van Dijk. Squared it across to Konate. Konate over the top, but far too much on that one. And easily gathered by Jordan Pickford. As we enter the final 30 seconds of the first 45 of the final Merseyside Derby at Goodison, Everton 1, Liverpool 1. We will have a good few minutes of added time at the end of the half due to the fact that obviously Iliman Ndiaye was down for a few minutes. That's a nice nick by McAllister, but again given away, although cheaply given away by Everton here. Diaz to Salah, bit short change there. Salah dribbling in the middle. Salah through to McAllister, rolls it on. Szoboszlai couldn't reach it, but Van Dijk keeps it alive. Liverpool starting to get a little bit more territory control here. 5 added minutes at the end of the half. Diaz clips one in, away by Branthwaite. Keeping it alive, Liverpool, recycling the ball, taking a bit of dominance now to end this first half. Still only one shot in the game, Liverpool. That was the shot on target that led to their goal. from Alexis McAllister. Everton solid, stubborn, stifling Liverpool since their goal. They're looking controlled. Salah through the lines. Luis Diaz charged down well by Branthwaite. Mikalenko trying to clear it away. Did well there and actually wins a free kick, because Conor Bradley was a bit late there. I mean, they were both battling for the ball, but Conor Bradley's going to get a yellow card here. They're just leaving one late on Vitaly Mikalenko. It's not been an easy first half for Conor Bradley. Yeah, he's just a bit late. I mean, it was going nowhere. It's a bit naive from... That's not the right one. This is a bit naive from Conor Bradley. Of course it is his first Merseyside derby. Certainly not inexperienced. He has played a number of Premier League games before for Liverpool when Trent Alexander-Arnold has been injured. So it's not like it's his first big game. Certainly had some big games as the right back of Liverpool so far. It's actually only his second start of the season, but his 10th Premier League appearance of the campaign for Liverpool at right back. So certainly fair share of that. Conor Bradley going down under a challenge, and there's going to be another yellow card coming out. And Abdoulaye Doucouré. There's maybe some question from Liverpool players. It might be more than yellow. I think VAR might have a look at that, will they? Doucouré getting a yellow there for that challenge on Bradley. It's just got really physical towards the end of the half. Everton trying to re-establish themselves and Bradley trying to clear it away. He's just clipped there by Doucouré. A little bit high, just studs connecting with the right boot of Bradley. I think Doucouré's a bit lucky the fact that Bradley's foot was in the air, because if it was on the ground that would have been a stonewall red card. Bradley skips past Harrison. Bradley on the move. Couldn't find the pass, but Szoboszlai there to mop it up. He forces one and gives it away cheaply. Liverpool snatching at a few things at the minute. Beto. Back to Branthwaite. Through the lines to Gay. Harrison. Mikalenko. Too much on that one as Alisson will thump long. Testing Branthwaite in the air. Battling with Diaz and is going to get a free kick. Bit too muscly and physical from Luis Diaz there, according to the referee. And it's going to be a continued argument all the way throughout the half and into the end of this game. I mean, Diaz there there was no hiding the fact that he just tried to step in the way of Jarrad Branthwaite. I think Arne Slot wasn't arguing that one. He knew it was quite easily a foul. Van Dijk winning the header and McAllister hoofing it long. Branthwaite winning the header, brought down by Gakpo on the second ball. Rolls it towards Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai will shoot. Good save by Pickford, follow it up. And bundled into Pickford's arms by Tarkowski there, battling against Diaz. That's huge. That could have went anywhere. Really nice work from Szoboszlai. Takes the shot from a distance. Diaz might have been offside slightly, but it kind of causes a bit of drama. A bit of excitement in the box there. But well mopped up by James Tarkowski. Actually tried to clear it out for a corner there, Tarkowski, and ended up bundling it into the Diaz, who really didn't have much of a say about it. And it went back into the hands of Jordan Pickford. Bit fortuitous there from Everton as we edge closer to half time. 5 minutes are up. And there, the half-time whistle is blown by referee Michael Oliver. Certainly a definite physical battle, an old-school derby. Certainly rolling back the years at this wonderful stadium so far. And it is as close as it always has been between Liverpool and Everton in the Merseyside derby. Because at half-time, it is ever so tight. Everton 1, Liverpool 1. What a second half we have in store. Do stay with us for analysis and updates from around the Champions League grounds. Do stay with us. Welcome back to Premier League Live this evening for this Merseyside Derby, the final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. Half time, it's Everton 1, Liverpool 1. In this one, Beto giving Everton the lead after just 11 minutes before Alexis McAllister levelled for Liverpool just 5 minutes later to square the game. And it's been a real tussle, a lot of yellow cards to end that first half. 5 yellow cards to end the first half, 3 for Everton, 2 for Liverpool. Robertson and Bradley from Liverpool's side booked. Lindstrom, Gay and Doucouré all getting yellow cards before the interval for Everton. Right, we will analyse that first half in a moment or two. But let's quickly update you from around the grounds in the Champions League. Only one goal from our late games this evening. Earlier this evening, Club Brugge left it late. A late penalty from Nilsson scored the winner for Club Brugge against Atalanta, giving them a lead heading to Bergamo next week. That'll be a close battle and a tough task. But Club Brugge have the lead against an Atalanta side who are very much impressed in the Champions League this season. Elsewhere, Celtic thought they'd taken the lead against Bayern Munich. In that one at Celtic Park, is still 0-0 after they thought they'd taken the lead after just less than a minute. But offside was called against the Celtic players, and Bayern Munich holding on there at the moment, holding their own at the moment. And it's still 0-0 between AS Monaco and Benfica in that one as well. Feyenoord are the only team in the late games that have a goal, and they are leading AC Milan by a goal to nil. Igor Passau, after just 3 minutes, has given the Dutch side the lead. Arne Slot's former team leading AC Milan in the Champions League at this moment in time. Right, that's where we stand in all those games. About 4 minutes gone in those Champions League games. Of course, they're 8 o'clock kickoffs, so they're a half an hour behind us from where we are here this evening watching the Merseyside Derby. So they will finish long after we have concluded here. But don't forget, we'll have a full recap of the first leg results from the knockout playoffs when they're all confirmed. All 8 games will have the full results heading into next week's second legs for you later on this evening on all our socials, so you'll not miss any of that action. Right, let's recap that first half and really dig deep into what that first half was all about, really, at Goodison. And the crowd noise behind us to help out with that half-time analysis. A first half where, as I said before half-time, a throwback to the old-style derby that not I would have watched, because I would have been too young for that, but the 2000s, the 90s, the 80s, that real physical, horrid, tough battle, a true battle in a derby. And that's what the essence of this derby is all about. That's the essence of any derby, is the true grit and determination and passion. And every single piece that makes up this derby, that makes these two teams fierce rivals, has been displayed in that first half. A lot of physicality, a lot of battling, a lot of yellow cards, a lot of tussling, a lot of kind of arguing on the benches. It's that old style feel about a derby. And sometimes the Merseyside Derby brings you back to that old style due to the fact that, I mean, it's how Everton really get results in these games when they haven't been at their best. They've got results out of Liverpool by really bullying Liverpool at times, and very rarely have they got a result, but they've been very solid defensively, and bully Liverpool is the two main techniques for Everton to try and win a Merseyside derby. And so far, to an extent, they've been successful on both. They've been very successful defensively, Everton. I think held Liverpool to 3 shots in that first half. Now, they had 1 shot, Liverpool, probably until the final 7-8 minutes, when they started to maybe take a bit more dominance and control of the game towards the end of that first half. So they had 1 shot in about 35 minutes, and that was their goal. So really clinical from Liverpool on that front. But conversely, Everton as well, not many chances going forward. It's been a lot of Liverpool possession, it's been a lot of free kicks, it's been a lot of break-ups and play. And I think it's a great technique, it's a great tactic for Everton to employ, because we've seen it if I'm trying to remember the last Liverpool game, I remember Arne Slot saying about the lack of kind of, I think it might have been the Spurs game where they won 4-0 in the Carabao Cup semi-final last Thursday, and I remember Arne Slot saying first half really tight, really tough because we couldn't get into rhythm, but they were dominant, they were in control, but they couldn't get into rhythm at Liverpool, in the sense that there was a lot of stop-starting, and I think that first half has gone to a similar direction in the fact there was a big injury, there was a lot of stops with free kicks and yellow cards and a lot of controversy and a lot of fighting and tussling and battling, and that breaks up a game. It upsets the momentum, it upsets the consistency, it upsets the rhythm of a game of football. And that's where Liverpool thrive, when they get consistent play, when they're constantly putting wave and wave and wave after of pressure upon the opponent. That's when Liverpool are ruthless. That's when they're at their very top best. Liverpool is when they're in those moments. And Everton have done really well. And David Moyes knows more than anyone what it takes in a derby at Goodison as the Everton manager. He's done it many a time before and been successful before with it in his first spell. His first game and his second spell, of course, in Arne Slot's first derby, so he's very inexperienced on that front. But really, honestly, you got to mention the fact that in this game, Everton's best quality has been their physicality. You know, it's not a surprise, it's not a shock that Everton would come into this game wanting to be more physical and wanting to really kind of kick Liverpool and show them what it really truly means to be in a derby. It's not about tiki-taka football, it's not about cutesy little passes, and Liverpool have not been naive enough to let that happen. They've been quite professional in the job that they've done. They've got a little bit carried away on a few occasions, which led to them a few yellow cards, but that's what a derby's all about. It's about kind of channeling that anger and that passion in the right way and using it to your advantage. And I think that's what Liverpool, I think, need to do in the second half if they want to convert this to a win. Because there's no doubting, I think Liverpool have better quality on the field to play. But I think when Everton engage the crowd, engage the kind of the dark arts of the game and the more kind of brutal and physical side of the game of football, and the less kind of shiny bits and pieces, the more dirty and darker arts, that's when Everton come alive. And I think if Liverpool kind of try and find a way to dial that down, they can take dominance and take control and probably win the game. But if Everton keep that up, keep the crowd involved, keep the kind of atmosphere up, and keep the physicality as the key kind of moment in the game, a lot of free kicks, a lot of stoppages in play, a lot of breaking up of possession, and a lot of turnovers in possession, that's where Everton can really test Liverpool, and that's where they can find joy, especially in this second half. But again, no doubting, for the neutral, it's setting up an absolute cracker of a second half, because this final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park, it's been built for the last 2 months since this game was rescheduled, and given a date and a time, under the lights, Wednesday night, midweek, under the lights at Goodison. What a way to round off what would be a great final derby. And so far, it's been absolutely classic. Two really good early goals, a really good start to the game, and that physicality coming through, and the real brutal and true old style feel of a derby coming through late in that first half. But again, both sides still very much in the game, and this derby could go either way. It's about how both sides deal with coming out in the second half. Who starts the better in the second half, I think, will decide which way this derby, the momentum, will swing in the second 45. If Liverpool come out with a bit of dominance, a bit of kind of aggression, and a little bit of more control and calmness in possession, I think they will take control of this game and go on to win it. But if Everton come out in the second half and again do what they did to Liverpool in those first 10 minutes and not allow them to settle into the game, they can really be a threat, a massive threat. And David Moyes, 3 wins on the bounce in the Premier League as the Everton manager, won 3 out of his 5 games as the Everton manager, losing both games actually here at Goodison, against Villa in his first game and then against Bournemouth, 2 top Premier League sides. Close games, but they were defeats in those games. But Everton didn't score in either of those 2 games. That might be a crucial factor that could change the dynamics of this. They've won 3 on the bounce in the Premier League. Could they make it 4, or will Liverpool stand in their way? Or can Liverpool really take it to Everton in this second half and try and give themselves a 9-point gap at the top of the Premier League table? We will see. Still, just before we leave you, for half time. Recapping those Champions League games then for you just before we go to a break for the second half. Club Brugge 2-1 winners against Atalanta earlier on this evening, of course. Still 0-0 between Monaco and Benfica, and Celtic and Bayern. And Feyenoord 1-up against AC Milan. That Celtic Bayern game is the headline maker of the week. Two top European sides historically, of course, and we'll keep an eye on that one most certainly. But Celtic haven't had a shot since they thought they'd taken the lead in the game, so they're under the cosh a little bit. But Bayern at the moment not able to find a way through Celtic at this moment in time. Celtic hanging on in there at the moment. It is 0-0. Now remember, they have a second leg to come next week, and Celtic need to make the most of this tonight if they want to progress. But Bayern, 6 times European champions, will know exactly what it takes in a tough grind like Celtic Park. We will see. Second half of the Merseyside Derby. Goodison, Everton against Liverpool. It's 1-1 at the moment. What will it be after 90 minutes? We'll find out as the second half is on the way very shortly. Do stay with us.
Call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine.
Welcome back to the Merseyside Derby live here on LFS this evening on Premier League Live, as well as updates from the Champions League. But still to come this week on LFS. We're back this weekend for another great weekend of Premier League action. We start lunchtime on Saturday for you as Leicester take on Arsenal at the King Power Stadium, Saturday 12:30. Then Sunday we have a double header as Liverpool take on Wolves at Anfield. That's Sunday at 2 o'clock, followed by Tottenham versus Manchester United. What a game to round off our double header on Sunday at 4:30. What a setup that is. A cracking setup for the weekends, as we're almost ready to get back underway in this Merseyside Derby. About a minute to go before the second half gets underway. But don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already. That would be greatly appreciated. And we will have the full results from the Champions League fixtures this evening of all of the first leg games of the knockout playoffs later on this evening on our socials. So do follow us on social media as well, on Instagram, TikTok and X at LF Streams on all of those platforms. And if you do not... can't remember that. The links and handles you need for all of that are in the live video description. So click those links and search those handles, and you will get the information you desire. Right. Players in the tunnel for the second half. A second half that will be feisty. It will be fierce, but it will be close between those two. Everton and Liverpool. Expecting a very tight second half. A game where nothing will be decided until the 90 minutes are up. And that's what we love to see in a derby. A close affair, a tight affair. It's certainly an old-style physical affair. So far, certainly the physicality, the physical side of the game benefits Everton more. Liverpool, a bit more control on the ball. And certainly take the sting out of it. And that's where Liverpool will thrive. What will we see from the second half? David Moyes, vast experience, not only at Everton, but in the Premier League level. He's managed over 1,100 games as a manager. It's his 524th game as an Everton manager in 2 spells. 518 between 2002 and 2013, and this is his 6th game of his second spell. Won 3, lost 2 of his last 5. As we get back on the way, and Liverpool kicking from right to left, Everton from left to right in the second half. That's a nice deft ball by Lindstrom. Beto rolls it round the corner for Harrison. Everton want to get off to a quick start in the second half. Harrison into the box. Well blocked by Konate. It's a good block off the back of the Frenchman. And Everton coming out with a quick desire to get on their front foot. Almost instantly put the pressure on Liverpool right away. Either side will start these first 10-15 minutes of the second half. Will decide, I think, what way this game will end up. Reminder for you, 5 players are on a yellow card in this game. No changes at half time. So 5 players on the field on yellow cards. 3 for Everton, 2 for Liverpool. Certainly, if you didn't know it was a derby, the yellow cards would certainly help you out in the fact that it is a derby. As Van Dijk does well there. The ball wasn't going out of play and Van Dijk had to rescue it for a throw. And he did so. There the Liverpool captain, well experienced. Of course, you won't want to remember what happened in this ground in 2021 in a 2-2 draw between these two clubs. Sorry, 2020 it was, October 2020, when they faced each other here, and Virgil van Dijk picked up that incredible injury, major injury, as Beto got the better of Konate, but didn't do so fairly, said the referee. And a free kick to the Liverpool centre back. And see it again. Yeah, just kind of elbows Konate out of the way there. It is a foul. Slightly sneaky from Beto. That's what I mean about those little dark arts. The referee doesn't pick up on that, and Everton were through there. It's that little bit of difference, little bit of needle. Konate. Cross to Van Dijk. Back to Ibrahima Konate. He'll lift it out to Salah on the right side. Salah threads it through. Szoboszlai made the run off his man. Turned it back infield. Trying to link it up with Salah. Went down. No foul, says the referee, as Everton have it back, but given away to Gravenberch. But a foul actually on the Everton man in Vitaly Mykolenko. And a free kick. They're committed by Dominik Szoboszlai. Again, that's where Liverpool are just kind of playing into Everton's hands a little bit, where they're giving them those cheap, sloppy fouls at times and just breaking the game up. And Everton are loving it. They're lapping it up at the minute with those little fouls, those niggly little fouls they give away, Liverpool. It can really upset their own momentum. McAllister does well to win it back. A slide there from an Everton midfielder. And there's going to be a stoppage in the game because they're going to be rushed on here, the medical staff, because there's an Everton player down holding his head. See it again. McAllister just holding off Garner. He's just caught in the head. That's not a foul. There's nothing in that. Just gone down a bit cheaply there. James Garner, he knew what he was doing. The referee, of course, the referee has to stop the game if it's a head injury. But completely innocent there from Alexis McAllister's point of view. He's trying to hold off his man and does so without any real great malice. I mean, it's just a stray hand there from Alexis McAllister. There's nothing more in it. There's a man. There's two men that know this game very well. Two Liverpool legends in the crowd. So Kenny Dalglish and Ian Rush, of course. Two incredible strikers for Liverpool over the years. I mean, absolutely ruthless, those two, in their respective times. As Garner's back to his feet and off the field, Liverpool will get an uncontested drop ball here. Van Dijk will take. Liverpool will be back in possession. Bradley. Garner off the field for at least 30 seconds. Of course, with that rule now, will be waved back on by the referee fairly shortly. Gakpo back to Robertson. Now Konate. Now Van Dijk. The crowd want their player back on. He should be waved back on in a minute. There he is. Back on the field now. Salah. Van Dijk. There's control from Liverpool at the minute. Salah trying to force it through. Trying to squeeze it through to Diaz there, and it comes off an Everton body. And will be a Liverpool corner off Jared Branthwaite. That forced ball by Salah actually ended up working and getting Liverpool a corner. Maybe a bit inadvertently, but they do get a corner, Liverpool. They're second of the game. Only had one apiece at both teams in the first half in terms of corners. And let's see what Liverpool can do from a set piece. Right hand side. Van Dijk, Konate, Gakpo, Szoboszlai, Salah and Diaz in the middle. Ball whipped in. Headed away by Branthwaite. Brought down by Robertson, who heads it out to McAllister, but that ball's gone out of play. Throw into Everton there. It's good defending by Jared Branthwaite. Dominant in the air. Certainly was dominant amongst all. Gakpo was lurking. Branthwaite got it better. Cleared it pretty comfortably there. Convincingly. That's well won by Liverpool in the midfield, but McAllister plays it straight to Everton. It's well closed down by Idrissa Gueye against McAllister. And Konate heads that one out for a throw. Takes no unnecessary risks. When Everton get the ball in the air is where, one, Liverpool look threatened, but two, where Everton look kind of threatening in a sense. Liverpool want to keep the ball on the floor as much as they can until they get into around the box, but Everton want to ping it wide and ping it over players and put players in awkward aerial situations, and that's where Everton are getting a bit of joy. It's Lindstrom muscling there against Robertson, but Robertson tussling, battling, and a fair battle, but the referee has just gone to pull up for a foul on Andy Robertson. It was a fair battle up to an extent, up to a point. Robertson tussling with Lindstrom, and then Lindstrom just kind of tripping Robertson over. So again, Tarkowski wins it back, and now Idrissa Gueye down the right side, lifting into the box, header! Oh, is wide by Beto. Oh, what a chance. Oh, what an opportunity. It's Abdoulaye Doucouré, actually. A lovely chip ball across the box by Idrissa Gueye. Doucouré there, arriving. And he just completely misheaders it wide of the goal. That's a big chance. Not taken. And David Moyes couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. That's what I mean about Liverpool looking vulnerable when Everton have the ball in the air. And that time Abdoulaye Doucouré had the chance, and he couldn't take his chance. Konate. Gravenberch linking up with Szoboszlai over the head of Salah. Szoboszlai will try and chase, but he'll just leave it for Branthwaite. And Konate into the midfield. Idrissa Gueye getting tangled. Szoboszlai winning it fairly, said the referee. Bradley, McAllister, Diaz back to Van Dijk. Now out wide here it comes to Gakpo. Chops onto his right foot, comes in field. Lays it off to McAllister, who left it. Couldn't reach Szoboszlai there as Everton have it back. O'Brien to clear. Over the head of Van Dijk, who got caught out there, and Beto completely beats Konate. Beto rolls it on to Harrison. Into the box it comes, across goal. Oh, and it's dribbled just wide. Another chance for Everton. It's not often Virgil van Dijk gets a bit confused, but he was kind of double teamed there. It looked like Doucouré was the man to battle, but it was actually Beto that got the better of it. He skips past Van Dijk, gets past Konate, lays it off to Harrison, and he just has the shot dragged wide of the right post. Another close call. But on the transition, when they win the ball in the air, Everton, that's where they're a threat. And again, Liverpool looking vulnerable in those moments. Something Arne Slot has to be very aware of and very alert to in this second half to try and figure out. Now we have a goal to tell you about at Celtic Park. We'll get there in a moment. There's a throw in down this side. I think it might be an Everton throw. A goal as it's just gone half-time at Celtic Park as well. And it is Bayern who lead. Bayern Munich have taken the lead in that one. Michael Olise, the former Crystal Palace player, signed for Bayern in the summer. And he has given Bayern the lead at the end of the first half there. It is Celtic 0, Bayern Munich 1. Oh, lovely flick by Van Dijk. McAllister round the corner, dragging Luis Diaz a bit wide. He will roll it back to Gakpo. Gakpo back to Diaz. Cross now to McAllister. Lays it off to Bradley. Steps in field, but steps into trouble against Doucouré. And ends up taking out Abdoulaye Doucouré. And he's going to get a free kick. And Connor Bradley maybe on thin ice there. McBride wanted a second yellow. He tries to get out of the way there, Connor Bradley, and Doucouré just goes over. I mean, there's not really much that Connor Bradley could have done about that. Certainly no intent. And he tried to get out of the way of Doucouré instead of commit the foul, and the referee showing leniency for that. Arne Slot readying Trent Alexander-Arnold. I think they're not going to take any risks about that, Liverpool, in the fact that they do have a player on a yellow in such a key position. And it looks like the Scouser in the Liverpool team will be joining the action very shortly, as Trent Alexander-Arnold is looking to be getting ready. That's a ball over the top. Diaz couldn't reach it. Mikalenko with the one to clear. Beto chests it down. Gravenberch there to nick it away, and Szoboszlai over the top, but nobody in behind the Everton defence that time as Pickford thumps it long. And Bradley just trying to measure this one. Sends it the way it came. Off the foot of Gay. Round the corner from Szoboszlai. Salah couldn't bring it down. It's got a bit frantic here in possession from both teams, and that ball well out of play by Harrison down the left side. Throw into Liverpool. As Trent Alexander-Arnold quite rapidly getting ready. Liverpool through and through. A red through and through is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Still not penned a new deal at Anfield. His future still uncertain. As Bradley threads a through ball there looking for Diaz, but that's fabulous covering by the two Everton centre-backs. And actually Tarkowski denies Liverpool a corner there. Just a throw in between Branthwaite and Tarkowski. Both doing very well worked. And there's just not going to be one Scouser coming on for Liverpool. It's going to be two of them. Curtis Jones is going to be coming on as well. So two local lads looking to try and change the dynamics in this derby. You love to see it. And we'll see. We will see what that can do when they're introduced. In a moment, that will be, because there was a free kick there for Everton. Liverpool had a player offside. So free kick there will come the home side's way. Just some final pieces of tactical conversation for both Alexander-Arnold and Curtis Jones. I think there's somebody writing notes there on the Liverpool bench. Look like they're on cue cards. I don't think you're going to be allowed to give your players cue cards. I mean, a bit of writing on a napkin or a bit of paper. Certainly not on cue cards. As Bradley clears it away. Up in the air there. That has the ball contested by Diaz. He does well in controlling the ball there, Luis Diaz. And brings it down well. Dribbles his way past two men. Luis Diaz. Lovely little bit of skill, but he couldn't keep the ball. And actually, the foul's going to go Everton's way because Doucouré was fouled. And I don't think Diaz knew much about that, if I'm completely honest. But a little bit of skill beforehand was quite glorious. Dribbling past three Everton players. Fabulous. And then just lost the ball. And as he turned round, Doucouré was in his way. Bit accidental. Changes incoming then. Ryan Gravenberch is going to be coming off. So Alexander-Arnold coming on, not in place of him. And it looks like, I think Conor Bradley knows what's going to happen here next, because he's waiting for this number to go up. And it does. So Conor Bradley and Ryan Gravenberch are coming off. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Curtis Jones are coming on. There's no two players that know this game and what it means for the city of Liverpool more than two that grew up supporting the red side, hating the blue side, and knowing what it means to win these big games. As Alexander-Arnold and Curtis Jones. Well, there was some question over a possible handball here. They're going to have a stop in the play. Long ball over the top. It does hit the arm of Konate, but does he mean it? Is there... Yeah. Does look like it comes off his arm. We'll see what the VAR has to say. And the VAR says, play on. Yeah, I think there's not much Konate can do about that. It's a bit inadvertent. His arm's not really in an unnatural position. I think it's natural for where it should be. It's not too far away from his body. I think that would be a bit harsh on Ibrahim Konate to be given. But the crowd were certainly incessant. That's a lovely switch ball to Gakpo. He's just easily seen off the ball there by O'Brien. As Van Dijk gets it back to Curtis Jones now. A little bit of difference in the Liverpool midfield now. Something different to add to this game. With Gravenberch going off, which we've very rarely ever seen Arne Slot do. Salah and Szoboszlai trying to link up at Doucouré's running his way through. Lays it off to Idrissa Gueye, who's dispossessed there by Curtis Jones, who went in a challenge and caught James Garner and is going to get a yellow card. Curtis Jones only on the pitch about, what, a minute and a half? And has already got himself a booking. Yeah, he was just a bit late there. Nothing more to that. Seems to be the part of the game where Liverpool are struggling at the moment. Winning those duels, winning those battles. And Jesper Lindstrom is the one that was fouled. And he might need a bit of treatment. Already lost one player, Everton, in this game, Iliman Ndiaye. Now we have another stoppage in this game. Just over the hour mark gone. Everton 1, Liverpool 1. And it's been, again, as even as it could be, really, in this one. Both sides having chances, both sides having pops at each other. As Lindstrom is okay to continue. Garner delivers into the box. Branthwaite with a flick on. Beto with a flick on too, but Konate will clear it away as far as an Everton throw on the left side. A lot of players in red there trying to win the ball. Harrison battling with Alexander-Arnold, who does win the ball. Salah dribbles his way past one. Couldn't get past Mikalenko, but Curtis Jones will try and recycle it and leads it to McAllister, who does get it back to Robertson. As Liverpool retrieve the ball. Kunat. Van Dijk. To Robertson. Through the lines, finds Diaz. Picking up a little space. A lovely curling ball out wide to Salah. Squeezes it through. Szoboszlai leaves it. Diaz in the box. Trying to play it back to Szoboszlai. Goes down on the edge of the box against Mikalenko. And there might have been a question for referee Michael Oliver to answer, because Szoboszlai's gone down. He stayed down. Let's see this again. It's a bit soft. I think Mikalenko does go to win the ball, but he doesn't get the ball and slightly catches Szoboszlai. There's not much contact. I mean, Szoboszlai is down. He's asked to get back up to his feet. He's not going to get a penalty. It's best to get back to your feet fairly quickly here. Arne Slot wants answers as to why the penalty has not been given. I think if he sees a replay, I think it'll be fairly recognised that it's not a foul. And well within the confines of the rules of the game. As Everton get another free kick. 25 minutes to go. Everton 1, Liverpool 1. As Konate wins the header. Branthwaite does the same. Konate up in the air again. But that one will go out for an Everton throw in Liverpool's half. That's a drilled ball into Beto. Lots of red around him as he gives it back to Garner. Now Idrissa Gueye recycles it wide to Harrison. Harrison with a delivery. Beto battling Van Dijk and the ball bouncing down. Still not away here. Doucouré up against Robertson. Robertson blocking it, but it will be an Everton corner. Off Andy Robertson. And that's got the crowd going. It's good cross by Harrison. Good battle between Beto and Van Dijk. And it's just kept Everton up this side of the field, and they win a corner out of that situation. 66 minutes gone. A quarter of the game to go. 1-1. Lots of bodies up. Garner to deliver for Everton. Right footed. Fizz to the back post. Up in the air, still alive. Van Dijk couldn't bring it down. The ball bouncing down, and Branthwaite has put it into the net. But the flag is going to go up. And it curtails the celebrations inside Goodison, who'd thought they'd retaken the lead. Let's see. So offside from Beto, and there. Oh, what's going on here? I mean, I think he might be offside because O'Brien, I think, who flicks the header on, was offside when the header was made by Tarkowski, and he heads it on to Branthwaite, so therefore offside should be the call here, and that is confirmed, rightfully so, by the assistant. That's a complicated thing to spot, but he done his job there, the assistant, and spotted it right away and got the correct decision of offside against not against Branthwaite, O'Brien, who headed the ball onto Branthwaite, who then found the back of the net. Again, it's just not been dealt with well by Liverpool in these 20 minutes of the second half so far. They've really not kicked on, and they're going to make more changes here, Arne Slot and his team. Andy Robertson is going to come off. He's going to be replaced by Kostas Tsimikas, and Darwin Nunez is going to come on as well for Liverpool. And Cody Gakpo will be coming off. So Gakpo and Robertson off, and Tsimikas and Darwin Nunez on. If there's ever a man to be physical in a derby, it's Darwin Nunez. And Liverpool have made another double substitution. So that's 4 substitutions for Liverpool so far in this second half. Jones and Alexander-Arnold were the first 2 subs, and Nunez and Tsimikas the second set of substitutions. But again, Liverpool are without a shot in the second half, so Everton's certainly doing well to stifle them and have a couple of chances up their other end. It's Everton that have had the better of it in the second half. It only takes one chance, which Everton haven't taken any of their chances yet in the second half anyway. All over the top, Konate deals with it, but can only put it out for a throw. Again, Liverpool have been struggling with the aerial ball all evening. They flick on as Konate got muddled and kind of tangled with Beto there. And again, Liverpool doesn't look a bit bullied at the minute. Just a bit late to everything. Harrison rolls off a man, tries to cut inside and is going to get a foul. McAllister again committing that foul. And another free kick to Everton. Liverpool really causing their own problems at the moment. These late challenges, sly little free kicks, they're just really poor. And I think Arne Slot is angry as anything on the sidelines. I don't know whether he's angry with officials or his players, but these free kicks are really poor from Liverpool's point of view to give away, because they've been poor defensively in the air all evening. And the last thing you want to give an Everton side who are looking comfortable in those areas is more set pieces, more free kicks. Another free kick delivered in. Alisson. Oh, punched it away. Lindstrom into the box again. Van Dijk. Oh, he slices it. Not fully clear. Tarkowski in the shot over the bar by Doucouré. 20 minutes to go, and Everton are having more chances. Yeah, Alisson has to punch it away. He couldn't grab it there with the pace on the ball as it comes out to Lindstrom. He delivers it back in. Van Dijk kind of slicing it, not getting it clear. And Tarkowski laying it off to Doucouré, whose shot is over the bar. Everton are looking so much more on it in this second half. Liverpool with no real rhythm at all in this game, and partly due to their own problems and their own mistakes and naivety at times in the game. But Everton, no discredit to them, battled. No doubt battled in this game, and are certainly keeping themselves in it, most certainly, at this moment in time. Nice ball by Konate through the lines, but, well, closed out by Jared Branthwaite against Szoboszlai for a Liverpool throw. Just seems like they're first to everything, Everton. Especially in the second half. They're winning the duels, they're winning the battles. They're just getting the better of everything against Liverpool, and there's just no joy, no consistency, no kind of pressure being put on Everton defensively, because Liverpool aren't keeping the ball not long enough, but not in the right areas as well. McAllister. Konate. Wide to Alexander-Arnold. Not much space given there on that side. McAllister. Now Van Dijk. Plays it to Curtis Jones. Now down the left to Luis Diaz. Takes his man onside. Oh, delivered in. Followed up by Curtis Jones. Nunez back to Jones. Good save. Followed up back post and in by Mohamed Salah. Everton fail to clear their lines, and Liverpool's first shot of the second half, their main man Mo Salah, could be leaving Liverpool to a second Premier League title and a 20th league title. Big goal, big moment. Mo Salah steps up again. Everton fail to clear their lines on a few occasions, and Liverpool's Mo Salah's there to pounce. When you get him in the right areas, there's only going to be one outcome, and that's the ball bulging the back of the net. It's great work from Diaz. He puts an awkward ball in the box for Tarkowski. Nice 1-2 between Nunez and Curtis Jones, and the ball from Jones, he tries to find the net himself. It comes off Jordan Pickford. It bounces back into the path of Mo Salah, and it falls beautifully for the Egyptian to find the back of the net. Wonderful goal, but again, from an Everton point of view, it's avoidable. But from Liverpool's point of view, that is huge in a big, big moment in the Merseyside Derby. Everton 1, Liverpool 2, and Mo Salah has his 22nd goal of the season in the Premier League. And he's already got an assist. That's another game that Mo Salah has scored and assisted in for Liverpool. 51 games. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Will that give Liverpool a little bit more composure now, the fact that they've taken the lead? Well, there's no doubting this derby will go down in history as one of the best in football, one of the fiercest in football when they get together. But football means everything to this city, and these two clubs mean everything. Whether you're blue or red, football is glorious in the city of Liverpool, and the Merseyside Derby, regarded as one of the top derbies in English football. And tonight we've seen a classic. It's still time to go. There's still 15 minutes. But so far, all 3 goals have been proper derby goals, if you'd ever to see one. Proper derby goals. A scramble in the box, a lovely flick-on header, and then a little roll past the goalkeeper. I mean, that's all 3 goals summed up tonight. Proper derby. And sometimes we see the physical side of a derby diminished from the game. But tonight, if there's a way to reignite that type of physicality in a derby, Liverpool and Everton have done that most certainly tonight. That's nice work by Simicast, linking up with Diaz, but the ball just a bit ahead of Diaz on the return ball. And it will be a throw into Everton down that right side. 22 Premier League goals for Mo Salah this season. Absolutely unreal. He's not only the top scorer, he's the man with the most assists in the Premier League as well. I mean, what is he not going to be able to do, Mo Salah? I mean, he's not only putting them in the net, but he's helping his other teammates put them in the net as well. That's just mental. I mean, 13 assists before tonight. So 14 assists and 22 Premier League goals. You combine that, what's that count up to? 36 goal involvements in 24 Premier League games for Mo Salah. He is absolutely on another planet at this minute in time. On another planet. Incredible. Another goal at Celtic Park to tell you about in the Champions League. And Bayern Munich have doubled their lead. Could that be crucial? Harry Kane with a second inside 4 minutes of the second half. Celtic 2-0 down now in their home leg of that knockout playoff tie for Brendan Rodgers' team. They've done well to get to the knockouts for the first time in a while for Celtic. But they might not be going any further unless they can grab a close result out of this one tonight. But Bayern starting to take real grip of that game. 2-0 for the Bavarians in Glasgow. We can tell you as well, there's been another goal in that game that hadn't had a goal up to this point, and it is a goal for Benfica. Monaco against Benfica, and Benfica take the lead. Vangelis Pavlidis, that man who scored an incredible hat-trick against Barcelona this year in the Champions League, and Pavlidis has another one for Benfica, who lead in Monaco with about a long way to go in the second half there. There's a lot of the second half, so those Champions League games still to go. Because they're about 30 minutes behind us, so they've not long started the second half. Still Feyenoord 1 at Milan 0, because they haven't restarted the second half yet, so they're still at half time. In the Championship, Bristol City leading Stoke by a goal to 0. Burnley 2-0 up against Hull. Plymouth 4-0 against Millwall. The Championship's bottom side buoyed by that win over Liverpool in the FA Cup, and are 4-0 thrashing Millwall at the moment. Sunderland 2-0 up against Luton. Sheffield Wednesday away at Swansea 1-0 to the good. 1-1 between Sheffield United and Middlesbrough, and Blackburn at 1-up away at West Brom. And in the Irish Premiership, it is Cliftonville 2, Carrick Rangers 0. That's where all the football lies around Europe this evening, in Europe's top leagues, and in the European games this evening in the Champions League as well. McAllister back to Van Dijk. Just over 10 minutes to go with this final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. And the atmosphere zapped out of this stadium at the moment. Oh, that's beautiful from Salah and Alexander-Arnold. And Darwin Nunez just evaded him ever so slightly. And O'Brien did incredible work there against Darwin Nunez. It ever so close. The link up between Salah and Alexander-Arnold was scintillating. The back heel by Salah, the beautiful ball by Alexander-Arnold, just slightly past Darwin Nunez. That would have been wonderful. That little link up. And it didn't end up getting to the Liverpool centre forward, and Darwin Nunez wasn't too far away though. Everton a bit disrupted there, giving away a cheap throw-in to Liverpool. They're not in a hurry to get it taken, are Liverpool. A reminder for you, we will have a full recap of all of the Champions League knockout playoff first leg results, all 8 results from last night and tonight's games when they are concluded for you, so we can set up the storyline for next week. Alexander-Arnold, wide to Salah. Salah, back to Alexander-Arnold, whips it into the box, away by Tarkowski, up in the air by McAllister. He will get it back to Konate. He chips it back to his captain, Virgil van Dijk. It's just about game management now for Arne Slot's side. As I said, yet to lose on the road this season in the Premier League, Liverpool. The only side with that record. 12 previous away games, 9 wins and 3 draws, 0 defeats. In their previous 12, they had scored 32 goals and conceded just 12 on the road this season. Incredible away record for Liverpool. And if they win this game tonight, they will have 10 more points on the road than any other Premier League side. The second best away team in the league is Nottingham Forest, who have picked up just 23 points on the road. Liverpool looking to make it 33 out of 39 available away points at this stage of a season. Absolutely incredible. There's a potential penalty check going on at Celtic Park, by the way. Celtic 2-0 down. I don't know whether it's a penalty check to Celtic or Bayern. I'll keep you updated. But there is a penalty check going on at Celtic Park. It might be Celtic, because Arne Engels is the man who takes the Celtic penalties, and he was on the screen there. So we'll see what VAR has to say about that one in the Champions League. It's still 2-0 to Bayern Munich. A red card in the game in Monaco now. It's gone from bad to worse for Monaco. Vangelis Pavlidis gave Benfica the lead, and now Monaco are down to 10 men in that game. With that one, a straight red card in that Champions League tie on the south coast of France. And Monaco might be going from bad to worse for them. We don't have the confirmation of who's got that red card just yet. Or actually we do now. A second yellow for Mutasim Al-Musrati for arguing with the referee, getting a second yellow card. A pretty avoidable second yellow on that occasion. We do have confirmation it is a penalty check to Celtic at Celtic Park for a possible foul on Arne Engels by Deo Upamecano. So there could be a bit of a lifeline for Celtic. We'll see. The referee's at the monitor, so we will see what will come of that. Van Dijk. Wide to Luis Diaz, who's on his own here. Nobody around him. Gives it to Curtis Jones, who swings it round the corner to Alexander-Arnold. Trying to find Szoboszlai. Lovely little touch by Dominic Szoboszlai. And he will just give it back to Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool have been dominant in possession the whole night, really. Salah being held there. Not getting the foul. There, Mo Salah. As Pickford thumps the ball long. And McAllister will let it bounce. Konate battling with Beto. Battling fairly, said the referee. As Liverpool have the ball back. Diaz. Tsimikas on the overlap. Diaz comes infield. Back to Curtis Jones. He gives it out wide now to Tsimikas. And Diaz made the run in behind. Unmatched. Luis Diaz at the byline. Battling there well. Really well battled back there. I think that might have been, yeah, it was Alcaraz who was battling. And he won the challenge. And Everton win the throw-in. Carlos Alcaraz and Tim Irabunum have come on for Everton very not too long ago. Confirmation of that for you. They've replaced Jesper Lindstrom and Idrissa Gueye, so some fresh legs for David Moyes' team. That was after they had conceded. Another throw-in to Liverpool on this right side. Just trying to really just manage this game to the end now, Liverpool. Not really going gung-ho for anything at the moment. Alexander-Arnold feeds it down the line. Nunez with a flick. Everton dealing with that situation in the air pretty comfortably. The long ball over the top. Might test McAllister here against Doucouré. Konate beaten on the inside. Here's Beto. Might get the crowd going. Beto. The shot from distance right at Allison, who can comfortably gather. Long ball by Allison. Less than 5 minutes of normal time to go. Branthwaite again wins his header in the air. Again, gives it out to O'Brien, who Diaz puts under pressure and gets the throw in for Liverpool there. Luis Diaz, which gets the crowd on that side of the field, the visiting Liverpool fans, cheering and roaring. Tsimikas is in no hurry to take that throw in, as you would expect. The referee telling him to hurry up. Tsimikas was still trying to find the ball. By the way, I can tell you, in that game between Celtic and Bayern, no penalty was the decision when the referee went to the monitor. So no penalty confirmed there for you. More changes are coming, one from each team. Liverpool's fifth and final substitution will be seeing Luis Diaz leave the fields. Played in Sunday against Plymouth. Played a little bit better tonight against Everton. So he will be coming off, and Diogo Jota will be coming on. Diogo Jota had two great chances laid on against Plymouth and couldn't take them. And Everton are going to make a change of their own, which will see James Garner replaced by Ashley Young, who's coming on. And Ashley Young, who was sent off in this game at Anfield a few seasons ago. Certainly a lot of red cards in this fixture. 23 red cards in in the Merseyside Derby over the years. It's a long ball by Pickford. One in the air by Beto. Looping down as Van Dijk was mopping up, and actually plays a nice ball into the path of Jota here, round the corner. First involvement here for Diogo Jota. Chops onto his right. Feeds it to Salah, who will strike and force a great save off Pickford. Great work from Salah. Fabulous strike. As it comes to him, he just takes it first time. Cool and calm as you like. It's like it's nothing to him. And Salah forces a great save off Pickford. Was dipping. Pickford had to make an awkward save, but a good save. And it will be a Liverpool corner. On the left side, McAllister clapping the crowd as he walks over to take this corner. It's only the third corner of the game for Liverpool. It's only the fifth corner overall, so not many corners in this one. So McAllister to take this corner. Left hand side. 2 minutes or so of normal time to go. Right footed delivery it will be. Whipped in by McAllister. Deep into the box. Away by Branthwaite. Salah tries to bring it down. Splayed around him as Everton try and clear the lines. Jota trying to get on the end of something. And Nunez hit it wide anyway, but the foul was given already, as Jota tried to win the ball. And a free kick to Everton on the edge of their own box. Konate winning the aerial duel. Alcaraz winning the second. Bit of head tennis here. O'Brien will just gesture to bring it down against Curtis Jones, and plays it back across to Jared Branthwaite there. That's nice work. Branthwaite sprays it wide to the left side. Salah tracking back. Alexander-Arnold there too, as McAllister was in the battle, but Abdoulaye Doucouré not getting out of that one. Will be a free kick to Liverpool. Sorry, a throw in to Liverpool. Ball had just gone out of play. So less than a minute remaining. Don't forget, Leicester against Arsenal is our Premier League game, Saturday 12:30 here in LFS. Looking forward to that one to start off another Premier League weekend that will be surely enticing. And Arsenal looking to respond to what this game will deliver tonight on Saturday lunchtime. And we'll look at the table, what it means for the table for you before we leave you tonight, because we will try and hold off as long as possible to try and get as many Champions League updates for you as we can before we do leave you. as we hit the 90-minute mark here at Goodison. And we will have another 5 minutes. 5 at the end of the first half, 5 to end the second. As Bunham breaks forward. As McAllister thumps it away. And now Jota on his own up, Salah on his own up there. He's dribbling through bodies. Mo Salah going through. Brought down, not a foul, said the referee. As Tarkowski won it back off Salah. Salah a bit baffled as to how it wasn't a foul. He was almost trying to dribble his way through the whole Everton team there defensively. There's Harrison here on the left side for Everton. Liverpool with bodies back. Alcaraz, Everton doing the job to try and rescue a draw. Alcaraz into the box. Tsimikas with an unconvincing clearance there to O'Brien. O'Brien striding into midfield. Leaves it out wide for Mikalenko, who will cross. Deep, but far too deep. Goal kick. Again, Liverpool will just manage the game. I mean, they're not going to rush themselves, no doubt about that. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you haven't done so already, because we have witnessed a cracker of a game tonight here at Goodison Park in the Merseyside Derby. The final one here at this stadium. 120th and final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. Alexander-Arnold dealt with that aerial ball well and played it actually well onto Sobersley, who brings it down. He goes down and we'll get a free kick there. Dominic Sobersley for Liverpool. 2 of the 5 added minutes. Jesus, I'm adding 4 extra minutes on. 2 of the 5 added minutes have been played here at Goodison. I mean, Mo Salah, a machine, an absolute machine. Well, I'll tell you some more stats at the final whistle, because I don't want to jinx them at this stage, because there's still minutes to go. Anything can still happen. Oh, Alexander-Arnold there, not getting it back to Konate. Konate holding off his man, and Virgil van Dijk will be calm, although he doesn't get the ball fully cleared. Nunez coming round the back. Challenges flying in, the shot from distance. Saw the space open up, Bunham, but ended up well over the bar as Nunez went down there. Yeah, there was a shout from the crowd here, Bunham, of man on, as Darwin Nunez was coming in. He came fiercely in to try and win the battle, and McAllister missed his challenge, and here Bunham had the shot from long distance. Really over the bar. There's Allison again, not in a hurry. Long ball over the top. Flicked on by Nunez. Jota chests it down to Salah. Salah trying to thread it through to Jota. Not quite getting there, but Jota picks up the loose ball as 2 Everton players run into each other. And Jota has the chance to end the game here. He's dribbling through. Falls to Tsimikas. Not given the chances. There's 2 Everton players down. So the game will be stopped. And they'll be rushed onto the field. The medical staff. Why the referee didn't stop the game 2 or 5 to 10 seconds earlier when it happened is beyond me. Whether the team is on the attack or not, it's a clash of heads between 2 teammates. Just stop the game. Referee, I've got to be honest tonight. It's been a tough game to referee, but I've got to be 100% honest. Michael Oliver has made a real pig's ear of it. He has not been consistent. He has not been calm or composed. He has been led the full way, Michael Oliver. I didn't want to say it, but I have to. When 2 players clash heads in the middle of the pitch, stop the game. What's the need to continue? I get Liverpool were on the attack, and the Liverpool fans might have kind of cried about it. That's not important. Too many times, the well-being of players is put second in this game. And there's another example of it. Even the Liverpool players wanted it stopped. I think Jota didn't realise But there was Liverpool players around that saying, whoa, kind of, and you could see right away, as both players went down, that it was a serious moment. Thankfully, they're both okay, Jared Branthwaite and Carlos Alcaraz. But that could have been so much worse, and not taking the players' well-being into consideration, first and foremost, was a massive lapse of judgment by the referee there. Very lucky that that didn't end up being worse than what it was. Very lucky. And it's great to see Carlos Alcaraz and Jared Branthwaite back to their feet. And okay to continue, which is great to see. But one last aerial shot of this famous stadium on this famous night, on a famous game that surely will go down in history. 5 minutes up, but I'm sure we'll play another minute or so after that stoppage on the field that eventually came. There's Alexander-Arnold trying to burst away for Liverpool down the right, trying to see Darwin Núñez into a situation, but does get shouldered there by Jared Branthwaite. That was smart. As Pickford goes long, McAllister doesn't win the aerial battle. Brought down by O'Brien, flicked over the top. Konate heads away, and Alexander-Arnold sends it anywhere will do, really, for the Liverpool vice-captain there, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Another Everton throw-in. How long will be left for Everton to try and rescue something? Long ball over the top. Look, You'll Never Walk Alone, sung by the Liverpool fans in the away end here. Van Dijk with a long header. Liverpool combating everything that's been thrown at them at this minute. McAllister stepping in but not getting the ball. Alcaraz swings it out to Ashley Young. Is there one last chance here for Everton? Brought down by Doucouré. Harrison. Can I get the cross in? Well blocked by Szoboszlai. Will bounce back down for Mikalenko. Up in the air it goes. Bouncing down into the box here. Burnham trying to flick it on. Tarkowski! Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me! What a goal! Oh wow! Oh wow! That is sensational! Absolute delirium at Goodison Park! Liverpool on the verge of victory and stolen by the Everton captain, James Tarkowski. Oh wow! What a goal! Absolute scenes! You felt there was a chance, you felt there was an opportunity, and James Tarkowski fought to the end, and Everton did so too, and might get their just rewards. Wow! Although, is there a VAR offside coming? This will be tight. We will see. I think the pitch was about to be invaded there by the Everton fans, but they might have to wait on VAR having their say. Is there an offside? It's so tight. Chris Kavanagh, the VAR, having his say. The lines will surely have to be drawn here. Is it Van Dijk that's the last man for Liverpool? Is he playing the man on? I think he might be. It's so close. Fine margins. I mean, one way to have a dramatic twist at the end of the final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. A late VAR check to see if whether Everton can rescue a draw or not. It's been given on the field, but VAR will have the final call. Off or on. I think it might be Doucouré that's the man, and Van Dijk is the last man for Liverpool. We'll wait and see. Chris Kavanagh is pointing to the screen. We're getting a shot of him in the room at Stockley Park. It is so tight. This is crucial to get right. And the decision is onside. The goal will stand. And Everton will have the chance to celebrate again. And what are they checking now? Are they still checking? Is there a possible foul? Oh, there might be a foul on Konate, is there? Oh, this is ever so tender. Ever so tight. We're over 100 minutes gone. We only had 5 added minutes. They were checking for a possible foul. I don't think they're going to give it. I think this might be a goal. And a goal is given. Everton have done it. They've rescued it late. They've left it late. And Liverpool won't be getting their 3 points in the final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. Everton might have their say in this title race, and it might be in the name of dropping 2 points for Liverpool from a winning position. What a way to finish the final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. It was written in the stars that there would always be a dramatic conclusion, a major climax that would deliver something quite remarkable. And that finish from James Tarkowski is most certainly that indeed. Wow. Wow. That is sensational. The strike is remarkable. Oh my God. We've played 103 minutes, 102 minutes. Surely there's not one more chance. Surely not. There's not. Game over. And the curtain is pulled down on the Merseyside Derby at Goodison. 120 games here. And it is finished with another draw. An incredible, incredible end to what has been a fierce and feisty derby at this historic ground over the years. And it was always going to end dramatic. It was always going to be incredible. And Everton rescue a point from a position of possibly losing. A draw is probably a fair result in the end, because Everton fought their way. Liverpool were on kind of close hooks at the end, and most times in this game it's got a bit all boiled over here at the moment. The passion of the game, whatever's happened about that. I think Abdoulaye Doucouré celebrated in front of the Liverpool fans there, which has caused a bit of a ruckus, which has ended this game. But the final Merseyside Derby at Goodison ends in a draw. It was probably written in the stars, to be honest. 41 wins apiece, and of course a draw in every other game in the 120 over the years. Incredible, just incredible. And James Tarkowski's 98th minute goal denies Liverpool a massive win on the road. A 4th draw for Liverpool on the road this season. They remain unbeaten on the road this season, but a dramatic twist at the very end sees Everton rescue a point, but Liverpool do go 7 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. And after that game in hand is now done and dusted. There's been a second yellow handed out here after the final whistle. Whatever that is, we'll mop it up in a moment when we actually have confirmation of what that actually is. I've no idea, but it has finished in this final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. Everton 2, Liverpool 2. I have no idea what's going on. Arne Slot, Virgil van Dijk, they're all talking with the officials at the minute. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. I mean, there was a red card definitely shown. I have no idea to who. I have no idea what's happened. I'm sure someone will figure it out at some point. But it is finished 2-2 in that final. Goodison, Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park. Yeah, we're just seeing the end of the game again. Curtis Jones and Abdoulaye Doucouré getting wrestling in there. Jesus. Yeah, Abdoulaye Doucouré went to celebrate in front of the Liverpool fans. Curtis Jones took that personally, and both got in a real tussle, and then it all kicked off from there. Absolute madness. One way to end the derby, quite classically. Right, we can round up the Champions League scores for you very shortly, but it has finished Everton 2, Liverpool 2, which means every team in the Premier League has now played 24 games, which means we can show you what it looks like after 24 games for all 20 teams, because we couldn't show you that at any point after this game was rescheduled. But it is Liverpool who do still sit pretty at the top of the table. They are 7 points clear now at the top of the league after that draw at Goodison. A draw is not a bad result. They still get an extra point from where they were against Arsenal before the end of tonight. But Arsenal have a chance to respond and go bring that back to 4 points when they head to Leicester on Saturday. Forest in third on 47, and Chelsea make up the top 4 on 43. That's the way the top 10 looks, with Man City and Newcastle on the edge of top 4, and Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Fulham and Brighton all making up the top 10. Into the bottom half, Brentford, Crystal Palace are both above 30 points in the top 12. Manchester United on 29, Spurs on 27, and then come Everton, who have also matched Spurs and West Ham all on 27 points, all after 24 games, and Wolves a good 8 points behind that in 17th, just above Leicester on 17 points in 18th, Ipswich on 16 points in 19th, and Southampton, bottom of the league, on 9 points. So Everton now 10 points clear of the relegation zone, Liverpool 7 points clear at the top. Both sides will take a point out of this one after a very hard-fought derby. Right, it is finished here, but it's still going in the Champions League, and I can tell you there's another goal to tell you about before we leave you, because Celtic believe they've have got a goal back in that one. Dyson Maeda from about 3 yards out from a corner, second phase of a corner, has seemingly got Celtic back in the game there with 10 minutes to go in that one. It's Celtic 1, Bayern 2. Elsewhere, Monaco still trail Benfica. They're still down to 10 men at Monaco and trail to Benfica. Benfica want to add to that lead, but still 1-0. And Feyenoord, with about 15 minutes to go, still leading AC Milan by a goal to 0. That was scored inside 3 minutes in that one. Right, that's it from us tonight. A dramatic final Goodison Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park for you this evening, and it has come to a pretty magical end. What a game, what a result. A reminder then, the weekend starts Saturday lunchtime as we watch Leicester take on Arsenal, as the Arsenal look to respond to what has been a dramatic night here at Goodison, with Liverpool now 7 points clear. Can Arsenal bring it back to 4 points at the weekend, with Liverpool of course still battling before they play against Wolves on Sunday. It will be a real straight tussle now between Arsenal and Liverpool for the title. We will see what the final 14 games of this season has in store as we get underway on Saturday. We can tell you, by the way, the red card was shown to Abdoulaye Doucouré. It was a second yellow for obviously getting in a scuffle with Curtis Jones, and there was also, I think, a red card shown to a Liverpool player as well. I've no idea. But what I can tell you is it's all finished square between Everton and Liverpool tonight. And that's it from us. Do join us again this weekend. But it is honours even as the 120th Merseyside Derby concludes in a draw at Goodison Park. Night night.